India has the largest number of engineers as well as engineering educational institutes and infrastructure in the world. As of 2021, India produces a whopping 15 lakh engineering graduates annually. Let that sink in for a second. There are so many goddamn engineers here that if you were to pick a student randomly, he would be an engineer, he knows an engineer, or is related to an engineer. The scale is insane. But how did we get here? Because it wasn't always like this. There was a time when every engineering graduate was a skilled and respected individual in society. Not like today, where everyone is a veli lepatadari. That is the question that I asked myself, and after some much research, the answer that I found was it all started with the economic liberalization in India. Wait, I promise this is going somewhere, so stick with me. Essentially, in 1991, India opened its economy to the world with the goal of making its economy more market and service oriented, thus expanding the role of private and foreign investments. So remember this. So this whole liberalization had a lot of good but also some bad effects. But I'm no critique and I don't know jack shit to criticize liberalism, so I'm not going to do it. But what I do know is that this opened the floodgates for the private sector to establish educational institutes here in India. Making education more accessible, that's a good thing. But what this also created was a system where institutes charge absurd amounts of money and provide little value. A system where quantity reigns over quality. Whew. Okay. That's enough politics. Now we know privatization is the reason why there are so many educational institutes, but it doesn't explain why students are taking up engineering. So here's my theory. Lack of individuality and lack of options. Engineering is a well-respected position in society and every parent wants the best for their child. Naturally, engineering is a good and safe profession that any parent could recommend to their child. And guess what? There's about 1 billion institutes that provide engineering near you. But wait, Shreyas, the child doesn't have to listen to their parents, right? They could follow their passion instead. No. And that's the fault of our Indian culture. Passion is something that you have to find through trial and error and has to be intentionally pursued. But kids here aren't really taught or allowed to do that. We are sheltered from a very young age and disallowed from doing anything from part-time to something different. As a result, we don't know anything about our likes and dislikes and expect our parents to make decisions for us. And that's including our education. This is more common than you think, and it is one of the reasons why even I took up engineering. The thing is, even if you did know your passions, there are very few institutes providing degree in the creative field. This is one of the reasons why India produces more technical talent than creative talent. So what we are left with is engineers who hate engineering. For context, in my class of 60, 55 students don't like engineering. They either took it because their parents forced them, because they did not know what to take, or because they didn't get into NEET. Future artists, singers, and other creative people sitting behind the computer coding their life away. That's the sad reality we live in. But there's more. These so-called engineering colleges aren't what you think. Even if you loved engineering, these engineering colleges are so lackluster and greedy that you're better off sacrificing your life for IITs. Most of the teachers I know don't know the subjects they're teaching, let alone love them. I mean, they're supposed to make us love these subjects so that we can innovate in this field, right? But all they teach are the important questions in exams that we should prepare for. It's stupid. I mean, it's not their fault because these teachers are also once engineering hating engineers, forced or pushed into engineering just like us. Don't you see? This is a vicious cycle that keeps repeating. Not to mention the teachers are underpaid and the students have to pay lakhs in fees every year. These colleges are not here to mold great engineers. They are here to simply take your money and provide a certificate at the end of 4 years with your name on it. Okay, that was a big rant. Hopefully it was a bit informative too. On a final note, I just want to say this is my perspective and my opinions. There are obviously a lot of exceptions. There are obviously great private engineering institutes and great teachers, and not all engineers coming out of these private institutes are bad. I am speaking of the majority, not the exceptions. So that's it for the video. If you have any opinions, do let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. See you. Wait, they're making medical colleges private?
Oh shit, here we go again.